what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video we got another tier list, and we are going to be discussing the most mentally unwell UFC fighters, the most brain damaged, the most cooked, the most autistic, the most schizo, all of the above. UFC fighters who have a screw loose, they're not right in the head. These are the guys we are going to be talking about now. I am obviously qualified to discuss this. I am a medical professional, and I can diagnose all of these guys with these mental disorders. No, but in all seriousness, this is just there's no seriousness. I'm just gonna take the piss. I'm autistic, self-diagnosed, you know. Friends have diagnosed me, so I think that's solid enough. So yeah, I can obviously talk about this. I've done an autism tier list too, if you want to check that out. One of my more viewed videos on the channel, Corey Sandhagen, actually commented on that video, so go give that a look if you haven't seen that already. For the OGs will know, but the newer viewers might not have seen that one. But anyway, let's start off. As you can see, we got the top tier, which is just absolutely cooked, and then down the bottom we got a screw loose, just for those who are a little bit interesting. Anyway, let's get started with the top tier. Bryce Mitchell, brother. There is nothing wrong with me at all. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. Bryce Mitchell, brother. This guy is interesting. He's an interesting fella. Now, I'm not here to tell you that Bryce Mitchell's comments about Prime Hitler are the thing that put him on this list. No, that is the least of my concerns, you know. That is not even on the radar of things that I have to be like, damn, we really need to get a doctor to check on Bryce Mitchell, you know. If anything, that means he might be okay, you know. Alright, but I'm going to try and keep my digital footprint not too cooked. It's already cooked, but let's try and keep myself on YouTube here. But Bryce Mitchell, you know, is going on the podcast talking about Big H, Big Prime, the Prime mustache man himself. Like he's fucking Cody Gottman for 25 minutes. People forget, man, nobody did it like Adolf. He was a marauder. He gassed everybody out. Okay, no, but Bryce Mitchell, he's coming out recently. I gotta pull the video up. Jamie, pull that up. Wait, let me find Bryce Mitchell, bro. This guy is actually fried. I'm just gonna play like the start of it. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Let's just play a bit of it.
Good morning, y'all. I need all my Christian warriors to pray for me that I would have peaceful sleep. Every single night since the day before the press conference, I've had demonic dreams. Legions of demons are attacking me every single time I sleep, and not one time have I seen any peaceful sleep since that day. These demons surround me, and they try to fight me and provoke me to anger, and then the dream will switch, and they'll send beautiful women, and they're trying to get me to lust, to cheat on my wife.
Yeah, bro, okay, I'm sorry, this guy is absolutely fried. Bryce Mitchell, what the fuck is that? He's got legions of demons attacking him in his sleep. Now, I don't want to laugh. I'm sorry, I'm gonna laugh. It's retarded. Like, what the fuck is going on? I kind of like Bryce Mitchell, right? But I don't want to sound insensitive here. Sounds like you're just having nightmares. And Gene Silva's got you a bit scared, buddy. I'm sorry. I know some people are not the biggest fans of Gene Silva recently. Again, I'm not here to champion Gene Silva, just like booing Bryce Mitchell and stuff. I liked Gene Silva I like him for his fighting style. I like him for his autism. I don't know. The press conference antics were a bit interesting, but yeah, Bryce Mitchell, dude is absolutely fried. I don't know what's going on. He's like sounds like mentally fucking like he's actually concerning. Like, I don't know what's going on with Bryce Mitchell. He's an interesting cat. Anyway, let's move on. Again, someone let me know, because if I'm laughing at this and there's like actually a serious issue, like, because I get it with like the CTE guys who have been around this, like the BJ Penn types. I'll talk about him in a second. But like Bryce, I know he's been knocked out, but like you can't have that much brain damage. Like he's got to just be a little bit fried already, like naturally. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. We'll speed through some of these other entries. So, next up we got Justin. If one man can hold you down, two can rape you. Justin the highlight Gaejthe. Justin the Diddy Gaejthe. I don't know what's going on. But no, this dude, you can just look at his face. He's not all there. Like, he randomly just like spazzes out and just like makes noises and makes weird faces and just looks fucking odd. He's got copper poisoning from the mines, in Denver, I believe is where he's from, or Arizona, wherever the fuck he's from. He's got copper poisoning. Intergenerational copper poisoning is what he's been proven to have, or theorized to have. But yeah, this dude is fried. Gaethje, there's CTE for sure. He's just not all there, in my opinion. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, we got Marvin Vettori. Dude managed to wear his shorts backwards twice and then forgot his cup another time. I don't know what Marvin's doing. Dude's just got an absolute block for a head. Orc, fucking human. Weird guy. Really weird guy. Like, I know he's probably not... He's got to be fluent in English, like, partially at least. But, like, even the way he, like, writes words, it's like he doesn't know how to, like, write proper English. Now, maybe that's just, again, that's not his first language, I get that. But, I don't know, Vettori's just fucking weird. Random crash outs, random fucking noises, just looks goofy. Block fucking head, takes a lot of damage. He's definitely not all there, in my opinion. Let's move on, though, to another fighter. Next up, we got Israel Adesanya. Botched. I diagnosed Izzy with chronic self-centeredism. He loves himself too much. He's obsessed with himself. He thinks he's in a fucking anime. That's the mental illness that I also diagnosed him with being extremely zesty. And I diagnosed him with being a creep and someone who has a fetish for dogs. So yeah, mentally, obviously, there's some things that are wrong there. He's extremely, what's the word? I don't know. He's a bit vain. He's a bit weird. He's just a weird guy, goofy dude. Acts like he's the fucking victim of everything. Tries to like relate to people who clearly he doesn't relate to at all. The favelas don't relate to you, buddy. You had it fine growing up. You did not have a rough growing up. You're not from the favelas. Like, chill out. But Izzy, I don't know. I've never been a fan of him. I was always thought this weird guy. Acts fucking weird. He's just not fully there, in my opinion. Anyway, maybe not like CT brain damage wise. He's just got a fucking weird personality, to be honest. Again, these people are not all, like, mentally unwell. They're just fucking weird. This could just be called, like, the weirdness tier list, but, like, mentally unwell tier list is, like, a better name for it. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, we got Brandon Moreno. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I promise you, man, I'll be diagnosed with autism someday, man. Brandon Moreno, this dude's definitely a little bit autistic. Everyone's seen that video of him, like, randomly going up behind someone and, like, I don't even know what he did, and then did that weird little fucking demonic laugh, bro. This guy's fucking odd. He's autistic. Like, again, little bit. Like, we like Moreno. He's chill. He's just a goofy dude. No qualms against Moreno, though. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter, BJ Penn. Oh, I feel bad. I shouldn't laugh. Okay, like, it is serious. It's CTE. I do actually feel bad. Right. Sorry. I do feel bad for BJ Penn. It's clear, like, he's suffering from CTE effects. He thinks the CIA's fucking replaced his mother to spy on him. For a while, he's been saying some weird shit. I think the tough thing is, like, we see other guys with CTE, and it's like, it's alright. Like, it's bad. Obviously, it's bad for their health, but, like, we don't see them being fully cooked. I worry for if Bryce Mitchell fights another 5 years and takes a bunch of damage. Like, if Gene Silva sleeps this dude, and then they fucking give him to, like, who else outside there? Like, someone else just whoops his ass out. Like, if he takes some more prolonged beatings or some more KO losses, I am worried for the shit that we're going to hear out of Bryce Mitchell's mouth in, like, 10 years' time, in his 40s. Because BJ Penn already had those beliefs. Like, people know he already was saying some shit. He already, like, the flat earth stuff, all that kind of, like, he's been saying some goofy shit for a minute. And then, like, you combine it with the CTE, and now he's going full off the rails. He's getting shinned in fucking bar fights. He's absolutely tweaking out of his mind. BJ Penn's in a rough spot. I feel bad. Like, I'm going to laugh at Bryce Mitchell, because I'm sorry, any man who's saying legions of demons are attacking them in their sleep, like, you're not even, like, a veteran of the game. Like, you can't, there's no way you have CTE after, like, one KO loss. like the Ilya, what you're telling me the Ilya fight and the Emmett fight gave this dude life-changing CT. Like, I would feel bad if Bryce was like 45 and he was absolutely like cooked and it was clear that he'd taken like a bunch of damage. I just think it's like, bro, Bryce is actually like kind of weird. Like, we need to get him checked out, because like, if that's actually happening, I'm sorry. I know there's going to be some people in the comments that are like, you're being insensitive, you're not believing in like all this stuff with Christianity or the devil and this and that, and I'm just like, I don't think it's that deep, to be honest. I think like he's just off his head a little bit. But no, BJ Penn, I do feel bad. Like, there is definitely lasting effects there. He's not okay, but also, I'm sorry about this guy. He, in that video when he's saying the CIA have replaced his mother, you want to know what one of the reasons he said was? He said, "This is not my mother, look at her ass." He cited the person's ass as a reason why it was not her mother, his mother. And now I don't know if that's because the ass was too big or the ass was too small. I don't know which one's worse. But that's an interesting reason for that not being your mother. Like, imagine someone's like, "Is this your mum?" It's like, no, it couldn't be. Look at the ass, it's too small. Like, what? So BJ Penn, interesting guy. Anyway, let's move on. Again, we're going to speed. I'll spend longer on these top tiers, but then we're going to speed through everyone else. So yeah, let's move on. Rapid fire, and one more thing, you guys. Dvalishvili, this dude's certified fucking yap machine. This guy's going at about 19 takedowns per minute, and he's going at about fucking 76 words per minute, bro. This dude is just speaking in... I'm sorry, the video of him reading out brain rot, I know some people are going to be like, bro, there's no way you find that funny. Brain rot in general is not that funny. Marab reading brain rot is funny. I don't know why. That was the best video I've seen in a while. But Marab, this dude is off his fucking mental. Like, he's actually so fried. Like, he's just... It's like he's definitely got ADHD, because he's just always fucking moving. He's always doing shit. I can relate. You know, me and Marab, we got that in common. We're hideously ugly and we got ADHD, you know. Me and Marab are boys. We're basically the same person. And I spam takedowns in jiu-jitsu. But... yeah, Marab, he's just absolutely fucking cooked, bro. I don't know, this dude's... He's funny as fuck, but he's just weird. Like, he's just so autistically hyperactive. Like, it's fucking weird with Marab. Anyway, next up, we got Khalil Roundtree. Roundtree's a weird dude. Emotionally fucking bit odd. Like, I don't know, he's a weird guy. I just can't... We know the information about the cult of Khalil Roundtree. You know, that type of shit that he was doing back in the day. He's just emotionally a weird guy. I don't know, like, what was that cage side reaction when Pereira lost to Ankalaev? I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, it's Roundtree. It's just, I don't know, it's just, he's odd. Like, Strickland was fucking describing him like he was some demon or some shit. Like, he was like this fucking mentally insane person. I don't know, I just think he's a bit weird. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, Raul Rosas. Raul, he's just a weird dude. He's an ugly. This motherfucker is the ugliest guy I've ever seen in my life. Raul Rosas Jr. Yeah, weird guy. Weird guy. Rato Moicano. Let me tell you something. Moik is interesting. Like, he might be, like, spoken to from the fucking heavens or something. Like, he might be touched by God. I'm not sure. Someone's talking to Moik. Someone's putting words in his ear. And someone's passing on a message for him to spread to the people. To spread about financial opportunities. You know, we might need to get a DNA test on Moik. And if we find out that he's part Jewish... or Israeli, or Jewish is the actual thing, because Israeli is not like the nation. No, Israeli is not the ethnicity; it's just the nationality. But if we find out this dude is part like Jewish or some shit, like, I know he's Christian, right? But like, if ethnically he has some fucking background Jew in there somewhere, it's gonna sound weird. I don't think he would. Like, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can be interested in money and not be Jewish. I'm just saying. A correlation. I'm just saying, who do you look to when you want lower interest rates? I'm just saying, who controls and forces Donald Trump to serve them? I'm just saying, you know, these guys, they have lots of power. And if they'd got, maybe Moicano isn't like actually ethnically Jewish at all, but maybe they've got in his ear and, you know, they've spread a message, or they've got to him and they're forcing him. They've got him as their pawn in this game. You know, I'm not sure. You guys are gonna fucking put me on this list after this. I don't know what I'm even talking about right now. But Money Moicano, this is what you get late night recording with Left Lane. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I don't know. Moik, I'll chuck him down the bottom. He's got something there. He's a funny ass guy though. Like, that's the thing. Like, you got to be a little bit mentally fucking not all there to like be like a funny guy. Like, you can't just be a normal person and be that funny. Anyway, like, have you ever met someone with no mental illnesses or nothing going on, like no autism, no ADHD, nothing like that, and you just be like, damn, this is a really fun person to be around? Like, nah, bro, they're just dead, like NPC individuals, you know. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, we got Tony Ferguson. I feel bad, bro. I didn't even want to talk about this guy, man. Because we know Ferguson's got some issues. There's some CTE there, but naturally, I do think he is a little bit, like, something. There's something there with Tony. You know, we've all seen the Tony Ferguson 911 domestic violence call edits. We've all seen it. Tony's exhibited these patterns for a while, and I do... there was that thing as well where, like, the DUI or whatever, he totaled like a truck or some shit. There was some weird stuff. Tony, I feel bad. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I kind of want him to just cease all activity in terms of combat sports, like no more fighting, no GFL, even though that won't even happen. If this guy ever fucking, God forbid, gets an offer from BKFC or some shit, do not take it. I don't want to see this guy take any more hits to the head. Because once you already got the CTE, and you take more hits, that's going to fucking make it worse. So let's try and cap out the cooked level of where Tony will get to, and just sort of try and protect him and not make anything bad happen, because I don't want to see Tony do something that he wouldn't have done 10 years ago. Anyway, let's move. But to be fair, 10 years ago on Tough, he was a cooked unit as well. So, or even more than that, like 12 years ago. He was a weird dude back then anyway. So, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, Anthony Smith. You know, on paper, he's attacking my family. On paper, I gotta protect him. Anthony, on my best day, I beat all of these home invaders. So, Anthony Smith, I feel bad. Dude is crashing out, tweaking in the middle of the fucking octagon, spazzing out against Johnny Walker. Weird. Anthony Smith, it's Anthony Smith. Yeah, let's just move on. I feel bad about this dude. He's gonna get torched by Ming Yang Zhang. Ming Yang madness is coming. Anyway, next up, Khamzat Chimaev. Dude is just weirdly fucking angry sometimes, and then, like, we go from psycho cooked Khamzat to, like, Khamzat Chimaev, where he's rocking up wearing glasses, he's grew his beard out looking like fucking, I don't know, some fucking sorcerer, bro, like some philosopher. Like, I don't know what Khamzat's doing. He went back, like, that's like the memes of, like, when your bro, like, when your bro's first girlfriend breaks up with him, and then he comes back like a different person. Like, when you get that experience of the fucking absolutely mentally insane chick that just, like, is totally bad for you, and then you get past that experience, you're a different person, bro. Like, that was Khamzat coming back. Dude's weird, but before that, he was angry. He was banging tables. He was going out doing some weird shit. Yeah, there was a whole lot of stuff going on with Khamzat, you know, but now I don't know what he's doing. And then he's randomly, like, dude's getting violently fucking ill every other week. Like, I don't know, there's just some weird things going on. Khamzat is a whirlwind of wackiness, to be honest. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, Angel Jubilee. Why did you redeem it, sir? No, sir. Angel Jubilee, I just had to put him on here for the goofs, you know. Word on the block is he was actually crashing out at a tech support center recently. It was crazy to witness. Let me know if someone's got that video. Send it to me on IG. Anyway, next up, Dan Hooker. I love this shit, man. Dan Hooker, dude was like 35 and just had a random midlife crisis and decided to bleach his hair blonde and tattoo his entire body. Yeah, that's not the sign of mental fucking instability. I don't know what is. Back up though to the top, there's Jean Lord Silva. This dude, my autistic goat, my Pookie Bear, Gene Silva. This dude is weird as fucking hell. I know some people aren't liking him because he was like trying to shut down Bryce. I don't know. I don't think he knows what he's doing. I don't think he really fucking understands anything. I don't even think he's like... Okay, there is like a really... I hope this isn't the case. There is a small chance that I'm dreading that, like... He's not Jewish, like he's Christian, right? But like, I don't know, they've got to him, you know? What if this would be the worst thing ever? What if the fighting nerds are an industry plant from the fucking Israeli government? That would be so bad. I would actually be so upset. But no, Gene Silva, I don't know. I think he was like, he heard everyone booing Bryce. He saw people aren't upset. They're upset with Bryce. He's like, who's a name that I can call out that will draw interest? Like, if he calls out fucking Gaejthe or like Dan Ige or any of these, no one's really gonna care, right? But he calls out Bryce Mitchell, he gets a reaction. He goes to the press conference, people actually give a fuck. You think if he's up there at the press conference with Dan Ige, he's gonna be doing anything? No. So I don't know. I think Gene Silva is just like, he knows what he knows what the fans sort of think. He's like, he doesn't even speak English. Like, people are judging him acting like he's got some malicious intent. Like, maybe he does. I don't know. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't speak English. He probably's like, oh, people are booing Bryce. Let me get on their side and let's boo Bryce. And then he comes across as a bit weird. Like, he needs to get himself in check a bit. He's yapping a bit too much. You know, you got to chill. It's fun. You made the press conference massive, not as massive as Schmitty made it, but you know, press conference was fun because of him. So if he's gonna do this all the time, look, it'll get a bit annoying, but at least it's interesting. Like, he needs to tone it back just a tad. But there's like the level of interest there that will actually make 314 a good press conference. Because Chandler and Paddy, even though every single fucking person in the division hates Michael Chandler, like, the amount of Michael Chandler hate core Instagram reels I'm seeing is crazy. And then Paddy and him are just cordial. Like, I thought there'd be heat there. No, they're just like, they respect. There's respect with Volkan Lopez. You know, there's Yaya and Pitbull aren't really gonna say shit to each other. Prates is just gonna be just maxing, smoking cigarettes at the press conference with Jeff Neal. Jinzo and Bryce Mitchell are gonna make this thing massive, right? That's what we need. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, Jon Jones. This dude is like the definition of mentally not okay. Like, psychotic, serial killer fucking vibes with Jon Jones. Like, dude is not right. Okay, and the thing is with Jones, let me talk about this kid, Jon Jones. Kid's a fucking absolute savage. Nobody lets me suck their dick like Jon Jones, let me tell you. But that's Dana White when I reached out to him to ask about Jon Jones. But Jones is fucking an awful person. Like, wife beater, proven. PD cheat, proven. Fucking absolute abomination of a person. Proven, sorry. Getting out, looking for homeless people on the street, looking for blue-eyed LA men. You know, I don't know, that's his type, I guess. That's what he said even at the club. You know, groping other men at clubs. Who knows what Jon Jones is up to, but dude is not there. You can tell. He's so clear. Like, if you heard him in the fucking interviews pre-fight with Stipe, he's so fake. DC was so right. I hate the fact that DC was like the villain in the lead up to that fucking first fight, right? And then finally everyone realized Jones was a scumbag. But like, dude, DC's like, I admire how fake you can be. Like, he's so fake. The voice that he talks with, it's like, you can tell he's trying to come across as a normal person. This dude creeps me out, the fucking vibe he gives off. He's a weird guy. He's a fucking awful human being. Dude is mentally fucking odd. Like, he's off. Like, he's not like schizo, like autistic, anything like that. No, he's just genuinely a fucking psychopath. Like, and not in like this guy's a psycho, he's an absolute killer. Like, genuinely, he's just a fucking bad person. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, we got Ilia Topuria, yeah? I forgot Connor on this list. Everyone's going to ask, where's Connor? I don't even put Connor on my fucking tier lists anymore, bro. He's Connor, bro. He's just there. He's on all of them. He's just mystic. Like, he's just existing on the tier list. He doesn't need to be visual. But Ilia Topuria, he's here for sure. Ilia's weird, though. Like, you know the vibe, Ilia? Like, he's a bit fucking odd. He's got this obsession with roses. He loves his wine. He's got these he's fucking weirdly, like, extremely self-centered. Like, dude hosted a fucking and sung happy birthday to his belt after 1 year. Like, he thanked himself for Thanksgiving. Sky is, like, the most self-centered fucking pretentious human ever. And I respect it. Like, dude's such a cunt. Like, he's a sick fighter, right? And he hasn't done anything, like, morally, objectively wrong. He just seems like a cunt of a bloke. Like, Ilya's a dickhead. But he's cool, right? Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Johnny Walker. Johnny and Walter Walker, honestly, both of these two are fucking prehistoric humans. Like, they might just be running some, like, Togi level fucking IQ, if you guys know who that is. That dude that, the gym guy that just spends all his money on gambling and coke. Like, they are running some fucking Togi level IQ brain cells. Like, these guys are retarded. The Walker brothers are dumb as fuck. Johnny is goofy as fuck. I don't know what he's up to. He's in the desert. He's just a weird guy, Johnny Walker. Weird dude. Anyway, next up, who we got? Alex Poitin Pereira. Shaman. He's got his little shaman magic, his spells and shit that Yuri... I love Yuri, bro. I'll talk about him. Yuri, claiming that, like, Pereira was using the spirits of, like, the ancestors in, like, an unfair way to provide an advantage in the fight. I respect that immensely. But yeah, Pereira... He's cool. He's got his traditions. Again, I don't think it's like some schizo weird shit. Like, he's got his cultural traditions. I respect it. It's cool. He's paying homage to his people. You know, he didn't forget where he came from. Like some people. Sonya. Anyway, Pereira. Some people are gonna hate that, but you know, sold out. Chinese. Didn't respect your fucking home country. You got an Africa tattoo on your chest and you'll speak in a Nigerian accent sometimes just to remind people that, oh yeah guys, trust me, I'm not a Chinese New Zealand person. I'm African, guys, remember. Look at the colour of my skin. You might think I'm African. Wrong. I'm actually Chinese. Fuck, dude's such an embarrassment. Anyway, Pereira, he's got some interesting things going on, you know, he's cool. Anyway, let's move on back up to the top tier. Next up, Yuri Prohaska. I am Storm. I am coming. Yuri, I want to, fuck, man. Yuri, dude, is so retarded, and I love it. Autistic, schizophrenic, probably. Fucking, I don't know what else. He's got some shit, and it's awesome. We love it. Yuri's cool. He's just goofy as fuck. He's just, like, he's so retarded. I love Yuri, man. He's definitely got some autism, bro. Like, Yuri's just a cool dude, though. Like, if you don't have Yuri in your top 15 favorite fighters, you're trying to be different, and your name's Kenny Okoye. That's the only reason, you know. Anyway, there's no valid reason to dislike Yuri. And there's no valid reason to think of 15 fighters who you like more than Yuri as well. Because, like, realistically, who would you like more than Yuri? This dude's awesome. He's fun as hell to watch. He fits the fun. If you like fun fighters, he fits that. If you like interesting personalities, he fits that. If you like just nice guys, wholesome people, fits that. If you like boring dickheads, then I guess, yeah, that's the only reason why you could have anyone who could not have Yuri on your favorite fighters list. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, we got Tito Ortiz. He's reaching for those grapes, trying to make his cheese and wine. It's sounding like a violin. No one knows the order of that, by the way. No one knows the order of that quote. Everyone just knows there's cheese, there's grapes, there's wine, and there's a violin. Nobody knows what order those 4 words go in that fucking sentence. No one knows the quote. He's trying to reach for his grapes and he's trying to make his cheese and wine sounding like a violin. Nobody knows the quote. Maybe you do and I'm just bugging, but everyone just knows about cheese, grapes, wine, and a violin. And no, it's in no particular order. You can mix and match it. But Tito Ortiz, he wants to... It's just about my kids now. I want to outlive my kids, of course. Tito's an absolute cooked unit. Anyway, yeah, there's enough said. The onion cutting, the jar opening, you know, the light bulb turning. Tito is just a fucking generational talent. Let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, I want to keep this video under 30 minutes. Sean Strickland, I don't even need to talk about him. I think Strickland wants to be higher on this list. Like, he wants to be an S-tier entry. He wants everyone to think he's super, super crazy. I think he plays it up a bit. I do think he's a bit fucking cooked, but ultimately, I don't think Sean Strickland's like some crazy schizo guy. Like, I think he's just a redneck fucking right-wing-ish dude. And he's just kind of, he has a gun and stuff. Like, that's Strickland. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, we got Kaikara France. I don't know, this dude just annoys me. He keeps doing his little thing where he sticks his tongue and, shut the fuck up, you're a midget. Anyway, last up, we got Kamaru Usman. I don't know, it's just weird. Just that one clip of him dancing is enough for me to put him on this list. Anyway, that will do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I wanted to keep it under 30 minutes. Like, subscribe. Who do you think are some mentally unwell, schizo, autistic fighters that I missed? There's definitely some more that I could have gone with. But anyway, that will do it. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that shit, and goodbye.